Hello, welcome to the Stash and Shaggy podcast. I'm your host, Stash. This is my co-host, Shaggy.
Evening.
Little sad today because, hockey's over,
A shame.
basketball's over,
A shame.
football's over.
A shame.
We're waiting on stuff. But we got UFC.
We got baseball.
We got Formula One.
We have some soccer.
And we have some NFL futures starting this week. Each of us giving one pick until football starts. 10 weeks of picks. 10 picks each.
Let's start with that.
Have a little challenge. See who does better.
Yeah.
See who can make more money. One unit per bet.
I like it. Let me start off with my pick with that.
We'll have to figure out what happens to the loser of this bet.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. There has to be some kind of punishment.
But
have to do the ad reads.
I'll start with the I'm gonna pick for the future for the NFL. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins to win the division for the future. That's what I'm gonna take. Dolphins division future winners.
Okay.
What's your future pick for the NFL?
I'm gonna go with Jacksonville to make the playoffs.
Jacksonville to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I got that plus 130.
Very nice.
Go ahead and go to your Euro bets.
Oh, yeah. I got some Euro 2024 in Copa. Going with Switzerland, Germany, and then Argentina, and then a tie between Canada and Chile. That's what I'm going to go with and parlay all four of those plus 1,185.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Should be a good one. We got some UFCs going on. What fight is this weekend?
UFC 303. We got Pierre versus Prohaska main event. Start out Simon versus Oliveira.
Uh-huh.
No bets there. Tatsura versus Hernandez. No bets there. Arlovsky versus Martin Buday. I'm going to go Arlovsky. He's just like that old dog that never dies, and anytime you can get plus money against Martin Buday, I feel like it's going to be a good bet.
What'd you get the odds on him at?
Plus 215 for Arlovsky. That's what I got there.
I got that. Nice underdog hit. What else you got?
I got Jillian Robertson to beat Michelle Watterson. Michelle Watterson's 40.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's just kind of fighting for a paycheck. So
yeah, hasn't won a fight in a long time, I hear.
Yeah, it's been a while. Talbot should murder Gamori, but it's like minus 1,600, I think, is what the odds are.
Jeez.
So no bet for me.
Not even worth a knockout or anything in that, huh?
Charles Jourdain versus Gene Silva. The odds are moving on this one. I got it at minus 120 Jourdain, but I think you can give Jourdain for like even money right now. I think Jourdain looked bad in his last fight, so people are like questioning his skill, but I don't know. I think he's a good fighter still, and I'm not too impressed with Silva, so I'm going to go with Jourdain there. Cub Swanson versus Andre Fili. This is an interesting fight. Cub Swanson, these are both 50-50 fighters in the UFC, and you can get Cub Swanson at almost plus 200, so I'm going to pick Swanson in this one, underdog. And Joe Pfeiffer versus Andre Barriault. I'm going to pick Joe Pfeiffer. I think he's a great fighter. A lot of people are against him right now because of his last loss. They don't know how he's going to react after that. Realize that he has somewhat of a cardio issue, but I think he's a good enough fighter where he's going to immediately go to the gym and correct that, and we'll probably see that here in this fight if he's corrected that or not. Ian Gary versus MVP. I don't think MVP is very good. I think Ian Gary is actually, top level contender. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with Ian Gary here. I think it's a really good price at minus 155 here too. So I'm going to be putting this is going to be my favorite bet on the card, I think, Ian Gary. Silva versus Chieson. I like Chieson here. This line's moving back and forth. It's like Mario Bueno Silva's a favorite, then Macy Chieson's a favorite, and it keeps flipping back and forth. So I got it at minus 115, but depending on what sportsbook you're betting, you might be able to get it at plus money. Smith versus Dolides. I like Roman Dolides here, minus 140. I have never been very impressed with Smith after his loss to John Jones. He just kind of fell apart, and he's just that gritty veteran. He has good cardio. So if somebody just dies in round 5, then he has a chance. But this is a round 3 fight, and Dolides is fighting up a weight class, so I think it's fun. Ortega versus Lopez. I like Ortega. He's an underdog right now. He's a constant top-level contender, super good, almost finished, multiple champions. And Diego Lopez is good, but I don't think he's ready for this kind of fight. And Ortega at plus 115, I think, is really good value. I think parlaying him and Ian Gary is a good bet. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to parlay Ortega and Ian Gary. And then the main event, Piera versus Prohaska. I'm going to take the underdog, Prohaska, this time to win.
Prohaska.
So they're going to be 1-1, and they're going to have to be a trilogy, of course.
Ooh.
That's my prediction.
Trilogy.
You want to do some baseball?
Yeah. But before I do that, I put together a little parlay for the UFC.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
I used some of your information and some of my information, but I did basically 2 decisions and 2 KOs for a parlay, 4-leg parlay. I've got Gary for a decision and Jillian Robertson.
Yeah.
For decision. And then we have KO for the Japanese fighter. Tetsuya for a KO. And then Joe Pfeiffer.
Yeah, for KO. Both of them for KO.
Yep, both of them for KO. And
I like those parlays. Those are good parlays.
Yeah, I did that parlay.
Separately, right? So both of the decisions together and both the KOs together?
No, just all 4 together.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got it at plus 9,128.
I like that bet. That's a good bet.
I used a 30% profit boost on that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it should be good money. Then, yes, I have some MLB. I put a little 2 parlays together. I put 3 people to hit home runs for today, Saturday. We have Turner from Philly to score a home run. From the Yankees, we have Juan Soto to score a home run. And then we have Shohei Ohtani from the Dodgers to score a home run.
That's a good bet.
Yeah, I picked last week I looked at the top people that scored home runs and I put them 3 together, the top 5, and I picked 3 of those top 5s in a parlay to hit, and I hit a little bit on that parlay. So I'm kind of doing the same thing. Soto Hari's got a lot of hits, got a lot of home runs. Aaron Judge has got a lot of home runs. 30 to be exact, I think. So I just picked a few home runners, put them in a parlay. We'll see how it works. Hopefully I'll hit again. Then I picked a few teams in a parlay. Yankees, Braves. I picked the over in the Nationals. I also went Dodgers, Detroit, and Baltimore. Orioles. in a parlay for plus 2,806. That's what
Okay.
I picked up. So hopefully that'll work all right. That's all I have for this week. And I didn't see any. There's always a horse race, but I didn't see anything good. There's a golf match.
Did you have anything for the golf?
I didn't get a chance to do any research on the golf, but I'm sure.
I looked at it. I didn't like any odds that I really saw. So I got a little bit of Formula One.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
got Max to win. This is before qualifying. Max to win right now at minus 200. And then for qualifying, I got Sainz over Leclerc, Alonso over Stroll, Gasly over Ocon, Hamilton over Russell, and Hulkenberg over Magnussen in a parlay for 2,900 plus 2,900.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What
looking for
happened
that,
last
looking for
week?
that.
How did Norris
Got second, but I did end up hitting a head-to-head parlay that wasn't on the podcast because I made that after the podcast, but I did pretty good there, and I went 6-4 in UFC, kind of broke even. So
I did horribly. I picked a few points for the hockey for people to get points, and then just as it happened, the Panthers are your Stanley Cup champions.
2-1.
Yeah, so I figured it'd be a higher scoring game, so I picked a few people to get some points, and it was just low scoring game. I thought it was going to be better since it go back to back first goals, boom, 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 on
It
each
looked like
team.
it was going to be high scoring at first,
Yeah.
and then it just held off.
Now we have a few months, not too many months, till next season.
Just had the draft.
And then we'll continue to have some future
Yep.
NFL bets.
We'll end up having 10 apiece, and we'll list them every week.
Yeah,
Remind you.
yeah. As you said, you went for the Jags to make the playoffs, and I got the Dolphins to win their division.
That's it.
So
You want to send us out of here?
that's all the bets we have for today.
All right. Come back next week. Make some money.
Yep.
Do it.